just not myself when you're away. No, I'm just not myself when you're away.
This is KPFT Houston, 90.1 FM and FM HD1.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. Visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well. I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you get released. Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's Prison Radio. Prison Radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, June the 6th, and we are still putting the fun in Fun Drive. Yes, we are. And we have, let's see, what do we have? David sent it to me. Elizabeth. We want to thank Elizabeth, David, Jameson, another David, Jason, and Kevin. Thank you all for your donations. Thank you very much. And I know David has a ton to say on the subject.
One or two? I got a couple tons, huh?
A couple tons.
Yeah, no. Hey, Pledge Drive's going great. You all, thank you so much. She read the list off. We really appreciate everybody that's pledging. I know Dee Dee and I, we kicked it off. Last week I dangled a $100 bill. Dang. So nobody accepted it, but I went ahead and pledged it anyway. But I just happen to have another $100 bill.
You do?
So if anybody will pledge $100 within the next 30 minutes, that means we'll get $200 pledge, because I'll do another $100. We also have that match sustainer out there. So if anybody will become a sustainer, and I read earlier where they said even a $10 pledge, if you'll pledge $10 a month for a whole year, that'd be 12 months, then we have, that's what they call a sustainer. And we have somebody that'll match it with a $50 pledge. So if you can afford $10 a month and become a sustainer for 12 months, then somebody else will match that with a $50 bill. So it's really easy to donate. All you got to do, you can do it one of two ways. If you feel comfortable talking to somebody on the telephone, then call 713-526-5738, option number 1. But make sure you mention the Prison Show. We're under the T's, not the P's. Or you can do it my way, because I should have been a millennial or something. I don't like talking to people. I go to www.kpft.org, and I hit there's a drop-down menu, and I make sure I go to the T's, and I go to The Prison Show, and that way you can put in all your own information. Nobody ever sees your credit card but you. It's all encrypted. So whichever way you feel safe, just make sure that you go ahead and donate, because we're listener sponsored, and if you can hear me, that means you got to sponsor us. Please sponsor us. We're not charging you to listen to the show. That's not what it is at all. But we do have bills to pay. So that's how the station knows we have listeners, because y'all donate.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Was it 2 tons worth?
It was actually kind of like 3 tons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did good. Maybe I have to go back and clip that one and save it for the future.
I think you should. Clip it. Clip that sucker.
I have a couple of clips on the Dropbox for tonight, so.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, fun drive. Yay, we love fun drive.
The station's doing really well, so. As a matter of fact, they're down there having a party tonight. They're having their 55-year birthday party.
Yes, they are.
So.
All right, so tonight, David lined up a fantastic show. We have Chivas Watson. He's with In Mass Incarceration Houston and Working Group 512. Dani Sneed, the Encourager, the Prison Show veteran reporter. Natalie Lugo, Virjinia Elias, Jessica Hinijosa. Did I get that right?
It was close.
Close.
Hinijosa.
Hinijosa? Is
Yeah.
it Hinijosa?
And Elias, probably.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm from Louisiana, so
Yeah.
y'all have to excuse me. All right. So they're here with Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance. Houston. All right. And then we have Abraham Bonowitz, the co-director founder at Death Penalty Action. So we have a lot going on, a tight show, and let's get to Chivas Watson. Hey, Chivas.
Hey. It is such a pleasure to be back. Good evening, family. Good evening to all of our listeners. Peace and blessings, peace and power. This is Chivas Watson, your in-mass incarceration reporter. I wish I was in Houston today, but I'm stuck in Austin. There's a lot of injustices happening, you know what I mean? But I am live here on the Prison Show, KPFT 90.1 FM tonight. And I'm here with receipts, real names, and raw truth. But before we go deep, let me say this. Let me echo this. We are in pledge drive right now, and we need you to keep this mic live. If the Prison Show has ever moved you, if the Prison Show has ever informed you, if the Prison Show has ever made you feel seen, perhaps given you a voice where you didn't have before, please support us right now. Go to kpft.org/donate. Again, David said he's got $100 to match. This is one of the only shows in the country where the incarcerated, their families, and the community fighting for justice get a real voice. We do it without, all the corporate sponsors, without filters, and without fear. Now let's get into it. This year in Texas, we've watched the system double down on cruelty and block real change. House Bill 3006, authored by Rev. Terry Canales, would have brought AC into Texas prisons, basic decency, in a state where temperatures inside can hit 150, 175 degrees. But again, for the third straight year, maybe the fourth straight year, I'm dizzy at this point, the bill has died in the Senate. The bill has died before the Senate. The Senate watches us, and I think they laugh behind closed doors. No matter how many justice organizations we have, no matter how many first-timers that go to the Capitol and get their bright and shining moment before the cameras and record and share it on Facebook, the Senate continues to laugh at us, and I know I'm talking with some moms and dads that agree. They let people sweat, suffer, and die I shouldn't have to say how many lives were lost last year due to the heat. But it seems like the Senate, the Court of Criminal Appeals, and the Texas Supreme Court, as well as all of your sheriffs and constables and mayors, they seem not to care. They seem not to even flinch. And I need you to remember that. Senate Bill 990, meant to protect voting rights in urban justice-factored counties, also got blocked. That's not a coincidence. That's just how the system stays in power in Texas. And now Senate Joint Resolution 5 and Senate Bill 40 rewrite our rights completely. They give judges the ability to automatically deny bail in violent charges unless the accused can prove they're not a threat. You're now presumed guilty, not innocent. But I know if you've heard me talk about, the Justice for Evan Lee movement with Sister Jacqueline Griffin and the Justice for Christian Smith movement out of Harris County Jail, Justice for Ramon Thomas, I could keep talking about the young kids that have been killed in the Harris County Jail. We've already known that folks are presumed guilty, not innocent. But now judges must justify release, and prosecutors get to challenge it. And just like that, boom, Section 11 of the Texas Constitution is trampled. If you're at home, Google it. Section 11 of the Texas Constitution grants all prisoners to be bailable. Let's talk about clemency, because it's being sold as freedom, but it's not. Look at Larry Hoover. Decades inside, under extreme restrictions, even with legal support, national attention, and guess what? That wasn't even released. It's like controlled existence. And now we've got Pam Bondi, former Florida AG, lobbying the Department of Justice now for justice, but to block it. She's fighting against post-conviction relief, trying to slam the door shut for people seeking freedom after wrongful convictions. Let's be clear. These are the same people who helped build mass incarceration, now trying to prevent us from undoing its damage. So let me say the names. I've only got 10 minutes tonight. Let me say the names, because behind every bill, there are lives. Darius Elam, Darrington Unit, innocent, still fighting. Jeremy Busby, Stites, writer, researcher, survivor, innocent. Juan Sanchez, 3rd Unit, innocent. Silence in Bexar County. Devin Anderson, incarcerated and deserving to come home. Michael's Unit. Javier Quintero, innocent, and being challenged in the Robertson Unit. My brother Malik Jakovich at the Clemens Unit, holding his head up. You know how you may be guilty of one thing, but they charge you with 3 things? Man, bring my brother back home. Melissa Lucio in Mountain View. You should have been home by now. Ruben Gutierrez, Tylon Carter, Rodney Reed. We speak your names loud and clear. You are not forgotten. We're still fighting. To Joe Gonzalez, outgoing district attorney in Bexar County, your legacy is broken families and manipulated justice. You may retire, but the damage you did continues. And Brian Collier, outgoing TDCJ director, we've heard you're retiring too. Do me a favor, please, because when you see me, you certainly want to talk quickly, and I appreciate the time, but do me a favor. Take those wrongful convictions files back to the trial courts and do one thing right before you go. Let the innocent be free, Mr. Collier. Executions in Texas, but also around the world, are ramping up, and I know Abe is on tonight. He'll speak more about it. Fast track, denials of flying, little to no oversight. There's no post-conviction review system that actually works. It's just a machine. And again, SB 990 was blocked. That bill would have protected the voting rights of the very people who could challenge this system. No vote. We've seen that becomes no voice. No voice, we've seen that becomes no change. So before I close out, some gratitude and light. I want to send a thank you to Yale University, to Just Leadership USA and the UT School of Public Health for hosting last month's focus group in San Antonio on reentry and cardiovascular health, connecting public health with prison justice the right way. I want to send a thank you to Judge Bianca Garcia of Travis County Court Number 3 for standing up for fairness, decency, and for standing up for real people in communities that we grew up in Austin. And salute to the parents working with Texas Court News and, you know, fighting with Team Texas 2503, you know, headed by some of my counterparts, George Saldana, Kevin Fermier, Kyle French. You know, we've got parents that are fighting for judicial accountability. And you are doing the quiet, powerful work of holding judges accountable and fighting for your families. And now back to you, the listener. If you value this truth, if the mic has meant something to you or your loved ones tonight, please give now, donate, kpft.org, donate, kpft.org/donate, rather. Every dollar keeps the prison show alive, and no justice radio without the people who believe in it. This is Chivas, your in-mass incarceration reporter. I'll be back with more truth, more names, and more fire. I ask that you stay tuned, stay sharp, and stay human. Thank you again, Dani. Thank you again, David. Signing out.
Thank you, Chivas.
Have a good night.
Well, he did a good job pitching there, David.
He did quite a bit of pitching.
Yeah, he did.
I got a quick one.
A quickie?
Yeah, I got a quickie.
Go ahead.
Hey, it's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. Y'all call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and donate today, or go to www.kpft.org. Remember at the drop-down menu to pick out The Prison Show. It's under the T's. Once again, we're in pledge drive, so y'all make sure that you make your donation. And I still got my $100 bill I'm waving around. I don't see anybody taking me up on it yet. You there, Dani?
No. I was Leslie just said that she's about to donate 100.
Well, I hadn't seen it on the screen yet.
She's trying.
Well,
it's all the way. The drop down is under donate. If you see donate,
yeah. Once you start donating, it's like the second thing you got to fill out.
You mash donate. Well, we're going to let Dani Sneed go ahead and get on the mic. Hey, Dani, what you got for us tonight?
Well, thanks for God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Dani, for the shout out. First of all, I want to say hello to my brothers and sisters still locked down. And you know, I work at the BA, and I work in a program, the Homeless Veterans Program. And I got this opportunity because I was in the homeless program. And let me take a step back. My moniker or my title or my role here at the Prison Show is the Veterans Reporter. But the Prison Show and I have a different relationship besides me being a veteran. I also spent 15 years in TDC, and you have to divide that by 3 because I went down there 3 times. And I think the times I was in prison, I experienced some of the best of times and some of the worst of times of the Texas prison system. When I say the best of times, I was down there when we still had burglars and cold busters on the block.
Oh, they still have cold busters.
You think they still can go to the
yes.
Pickett and get cold busters? Are you sure?
They still buy them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, because they knock.
We used to crunch them up and put them in coffee.
I don't think they're doing it like that. Well, they're not telling me that. But, yeah, they still can get cold busters.
I'm just keeping it 100 because, you know, I spent a lot of time in that environment. And that world is just a different environment, different lifestyle. You adjust. It's, you know, the way we operated and they're still operating in prison is just adapting to and I realize that when you're in prison, you just have limited options. You know, just you really are, and what I realized in the military was pretty much the same way. The irony in the is you can juxtapose why it's so difficult that when we get out of the military, the same dynamics work when we get out of prison. You just have to line them up. See, when you're in the military, you don't really think about what you're going to do. It's already pre-planned. So you don't really have a plan. It's already written out for you. So when you get out, you're so used to a structure, subconsciously or consciously being told what to do. And now you hit the streets, that structure is not there. So right now, Texas has 11,000 veterans that are incarcerated. And if we all had the opportunity to have a platform to tell our stories of what happened, it would be so many similarities of what happened when we get out of the military and how we got out of prison. But the story don't end there, because those same veterans, when they get out of prison, have a different story to tell about how difficult it is now to get out of prison and face some of the same barriers that I faced when I got out the military. Prison was structured. They told me when to eat. They gave me the clothes to wear. They told me when to shower. And so I went from one structure to another structure. And when I got out of these structures, I had difficult navigating how to create my own structure. And when I got out of the Army, and all these things you're not aware of. You know, when you get out of the military, they hand you brochures, and they tell you all these things that are available and resources for you when you get out of the military. And when you get out of prison, you may get a brochure or something when you're out process, and they do try to send you through changes, and they try to provide some material, some type of education to prepare you to get out. But again, I'm just opposing to why veterans, we're in this constant struggle of adapting from structure. So what I had to do and what I learned is, if there's not going to be a structure in my life, if I need structure in my life to know what to do, a parole officer, a drill sergeant, or someone telling me what to do, and you remove them, I'm going to have to figure out how to replace them. And nobody's coming to save me, so I got to create my own structure, my own plan of action towards being responsible, being accountable. What I like about being in the recovery community is we have all these affirmations that help us to kind of like guide us. Not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of, you don't have to read a whole lot of books. One of the affirmations says just do the next right thing. And you know how effective it is in my life sometimes when my mind is going all these different places. Sometimes then I can just stop and just say, well, Dani, you don't know what to do. You got all this going on in your head. Why don't you just do the next right thing? And you know, that's like, well, why would I do that? Like, why is that an option? Well, because someone gave you that as an option. And you can't dismiss it because they planted their seed in your head, and you're at this crossroad, and it's like a sign there. And you saw it, and it meant that you don't have to be challenged by what to do. Just do the next right thing. And I would believe I can make the case, Dani. No matter, a veteran has no problem knowing what the next right thing to do. That's what makes us not special, not unique. It's not an entitlement being a veteran, but it does prove one thing that's evident, that we had the ability to make a decision to go into a structure that you only could come out if you succeeded. To become an honorable discharge veteran, you had to get something right. A lot of things right. This way?
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is tell you guys, thank you for your service. Then when you get out, if you parole to whatever city or state that you were paroled to, especially if you come to Texas, there's a lot of opportunities out here for veterans with honorable discharges. If you don't have an honorable discharge, let's say an honorable discharge, I challenge you to try to get that upgraded. So one of the two barriers that are faced when you get out of jail and prison is housing, right? So they eliminate that as a barrier for veterans when they get out. It's so they're so set on making sure veterans are not homeless. If you get out of prison today and you made it to the CRC, the service center, I call it the rally point, and you walked in and they could validate you're a veteran, that night you would get a bed. They'll take you from the Webster Street, 1700 Webster Street, to Congress Street, which is about a quarter mile away, and you'll be housed at the Salvation Army. And you'll be at the Salvation Army on Congress, and you'll be there where only veterans. So this place is the Salvation Army on Congress. It only houses veterans that are in transition for housing. So you may be in a room with 2 or 3 people. If you just got out of prison, that'd be you can that's an easier adjustment. You know what I'm saying? It's just no top bunk, bottom bunk, but you're gonna have a bunk buddy.
At least there ain't 48 other people in there.
Right. And they don't have toilets in the room. They actually got a bathroom you can go down the aisle to.
I was like, they don't have toilets. But yeah, I know.
Not in the cell.
Yeah.
I've always told people that they're like, "How was prison?" I said, "Well, it's like, your college." I said, "If you want to visit, if you want to experience what it's like for me to be in prison," I said, "Go to a closet and close the door and close your eyes and imagine that and I said and put a potty chair in there."
Oh my God.
Down one, flush one.
I said, you're pretty much in the cell, because the cell is just a bathroom with a bunk in it. That's pretty much what a jail cell is. It's a bathroom with a bunk in it. And again, but going back to being a veteran, 2 bunks. Going back to being a veteran, I just want you guys, I don't know how more I can emphasize this. After spending 15 years in prison, being out in there three times, and I came to Houston in 2008, and I had a monitor on, which I wore for 18 months, which is a whole different story. But I was at Ben Reed, and if anybody from Houston know, Ben Reed is a halfway house, not like a concentration. It's like a compound. If you go to Ben Reed, it's like a compound. And you're out, but you're on a compound, and you have to be in at a certain time, and you can only leave at a certain time. I got a minute?
You got a minute.
Okay. And so I transitioned from that and got involved with the homeless program with the VA. So, guys, a lot of us get out of the military and we won't go near a VA. And I'm just telling you, when you get out, you can't bypass going to the VA because you can go from homeless to being a homeowner. You can go from 0 income to getting $4,000 a month. Mm-hmm. And how would that happen? Well, because you may have never filed a disability claim for your time in service. And you may not be aware that you got money that's out there. But you have to pursue these things. And you don't have to wait till you get out. I don't know how you guys do I-60s. How things have changed so much. Y'all kind of boozy down there with the tablet thing. You know what I'm saying? I got an 08. And they talking about y'all got tablets and all that. Y'all balling. Y'all got y'all income tax check, which I mean my feelings about that because, shoot, I'm out here. I didn't even get an income tax check. Child support people took my income check, and I found out people down there locked up getting income tax. No, stimulus. Yeah, they took my stimulus check because I owed back child support. And then I found out inmates got theirs. I protest. I called the people. I said, I don't think that's right.
You a hater. You a hater.
I was hating. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's
I was
a polite way to say it.
I was in my feelings. Y'all had stimulus check. Y'all buying coffee. I bet y'all were balling down there. Ooh, man, I missed that.
They ran out of commissary. They did. They ran out. Okay, we gotta end it. Thank you, Dani.
All right, guys. Love you guys, man. Thank you for your service. Y'all write David and tell him to have me on the
All
show
right.
more often and give me more time.
Well, you normally get more time, but it's pledge drive, man. You want to pitch? You can get it.
But
get a
can I
little more-
pitch?
Go ahead, brother.
Because I need to pitch them guys I know with them stimulus check. Y'all still got some of that stimulus check money left. But if you don't, what I want you guys to do is, if you're listening and you have contact with your families, and if this show is important to you, the information, and you want to keep it going, you know, we know we have some people here locally that are not locked up that listen to this show. Guys, if I ask you to pledge, that means I'm going to have to reach in my wallet and pledge. So it really would be hypocrisy for me to ask you to support this program, even though I'm here and we don't get paid. I still want this to be a platform for you guys to continue to have. So please pledge. What's the number, David?
713-526-5738, option number 1.
$1, $2, $5, $10, 20, 30, 40, whatever you can give. There's not an amount that you can give this won't be accepted. David said he's doing $100 match.
Leslie's trying to do.
I'm stuttering because I'm trying. I almost said I was gonna match 100.
Well, I got the 100. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Man, I'll flash it in front of you.
I see your 100, but I don't see my 100.
Well,
I
you
see
better
my
start
50.
digging.
You know what? I'm gonna see your 100 with 50. I'm gonna reach in my wallet right now. Who can see me? They can see me. Can they see me online?
They can see
Yeah,
you.
you get in front of scoot
That's
this
why we
way.
told you to
I don't
scoot
have no
towards here a little
camera.
bit.
Yeah, you got one
Oh,
right there. It's pointing at
Okay,
you.
so look, I'm damn, I'm showing too much. Okay,
Yeah, you are.
See, he got the whole 100. Yeah.
so I didn't mean to pull. I meant to pull my change out, but change purse. So who get the money?
I do. No, David does.
Yeah. If you got
Can we-
cash, you give me the cash, and then I'll make
I
sure
think
that
we
I'm
can
pledging
trust.
the
I think we can
150.
trust David. Don't you think we can trust?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, here's $50.
Thanks, Danny.
Look, guys, reach in your pocket right now. Reach in your wallet. Hey, it ain't that hard. It is hard. I'm not gonna take it. It's hard, but you can push past it because it's for a good cause. Huh, Danny? Make sure David gets this $50.
I will make sure he gets it.
Well, I'm eating good tonight.
Again, guys, my name is Dani Sneed. I'm a veterans reporter. I went from homelessness to homeowner. I've been working at the VA in the homeless program now probably 15 years. But most importantly, this year I celebrated 20 years of sobriety. That means for 20 years, I have not put anything in my body to change the way I feel. You know, and that is the reason I'm able to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny, and thank you. Oh, look at all those 20s.
So, hey. That's for my noodles.
Your noodle. Well, we want to thank Dani, and we want to thank Gloria, and we will thank Leslie when she manages to get to there.
We need to get all these ladies to come up here and sit around that table.
We do. All right. Y'all come on. Oh, you can't hear them, can you?
Yeah, it's a minute behind if they're watching me on the video.
Okay. So one sits here, and then one sits there, and then here, scoot.
Technically, there's 4 mics if you bring all those cranes out that Billy don't like.
Yeah. He doesn't like it. Oh, hello.
Yeah. You can bring the other cranes out. I'll turn the other mics on.
Do you want to pull this crane right here? Oh, no.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay, so we have... Y'all introduce yourselves, because I did not do good with your name. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We have some headphones, and there's three ladies here this evening. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Jessica Hinijosa. I served 14 years on a 15 at multiple units, at the Hobby Unit, Crane, and Lane Murray.
Got to speak up and into the mic. It's a 1970 style.
Here you go. Okay, now you got to get all the way.
Get up on it.
My name's Virjinia Elias.
There you go.
I also did 11 years on the 12, and I served most of my time on Lane Murray and Mountain View.
All right, go ahead.
Natalie Lugo, and I did 15 years on a 30. I'm still currently on parole till 2033, and I think I went to every women's unit except for Mountain View and Hobby.
Why'd you make the tour like that?
Let's just say I was a rascal.
You like to go to Fifth City?
A little bit. I like to travel.
You like to travel. That's awesome.
Yeah, I went to quite a few myself.
So what do y'all have for us this evening? What's going on with Lioness?
I think most of the girls are in Chicago right now, actually, for an event. But we're just here to support and just continue to encourage the women that are still locked up, the men too, and just continue to push forward and let everybody know that they don't have to lose hope, and they can just continue to listen and understand that there's people out here fighting for them, and there's people out here that are waiting for them to come home and support them and show them that there is another way of life.
So what's going on in Chicago that everyone's
I think
there?
they had a convention down there.
What kind of convention?
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
Marcy Marie was invited to be a speaker.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was something, a justice initiative, something or another. They're talking about the different sentencing and everything. Yep. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
It's a very big deal.
Yep.
It's huge.
And the ladies here, let me ask a few questions.
Okay.
I'm going to butt in a little bit.
No,
that's my
really?
favorite thing to do. How much time did you do, Natalie?
I did 15.
You did 15, I did 15, but I did mine in installment plans. You did it all at one time?
Yes, flat.
Yeah, I couldn't learn. I'd get out. They'd give me parole. I'd screw up and go back. I did it 3 times.
Yeah, I've been home 5 years.
You go, girl.
Thank you.
Is it getting easier, or is it still hard?
Back and forth. It just depends what the situation is. I think technology is the worst thing for me, and I think it's great that they have these tablets now because they're going to be prepared better than we were.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know how to send an email.
I didn't either.
I learned pretty quick. And Elias, how much time did you do?
Yeah, you can use mine.
I did 11 years on the 12.
11 on a 12?
Yes, sir.
Man, you must have been a hard hit too.
Yes, sir. I was actually, at the time, I was just willing to max out, but they gave me an FI1 and just kicked me out.
Yeah, get on down the road, figure it out, huh?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And Virginia, how about you?
Oh, that was Virginia.
Oh, that was Virginia.
And the host was next.
Oh, Jessica.
Yes.
Yeah, Jessica.
Well, I did 14 on a 15.
Oh, so we're all a bunch of knotheads. Yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess?
Yes.
Why'd you do 14 on 15 if you wasn't a knothead?
Well, actually, I think I had a low number for my charge.
Oh, really? You had a
Yeah.
pretty bad charge?
Well, I had a murder charge.
Okay.
So 15 was a low number.
You know, statistics say if you got a murder charge, most time you don't go back.
No.
That's a one-off.
Absolutely.
And so I will agree that they try and get more time out of you because they figure they're not going to get you back. But at the same time, I would think that you probably did get I'm just guessing. You probably did get a few cases. That's why you did the whole 14.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of decisions that I made in there that I regret, you know. At the
Yeah.
moment, you're just being impulsive.
so that's why I tell everybody that can hear us to make the next right decision starting today.
Yes.
Don't be like us. I mean, it took me 35 years to complete a 28-year sentence. And that's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to get at 15 and to get out in then 2-3 years, whatever, and then to live with your family and do your parole.
Get everything they can for
Yeah.
free while you can.
Yeah.
Get all the education while you can. Any
Oh, repeat that
opportunity.
again. Repeat
Yeah.
that again.
Get every education is free. Please get it, because once you come out here, there's no chance of getting it free, getting help as easy as it is in there. Get it as quick as possible. Cognitive changes, all of that, get it out the way.
Your vocations.
Vocationals, you know, anything that you could get and they offer, take advantage of it, because it's another world out here. All the help that they're offering out there, do the best you can to take it.
It's considered the free world,
You reach
but
and you teach.
it's a struggle out here.
Yeah, it's not so free, is it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, we got to pay for everything.
Yes, and a lot of responsibilities and a lot of culture shocks, especially for a lot of us that were gone for so long. You come out and you're not prepared for what the world throws at you sometimes, and it's good that I'm very proud and very good that I'm part of this, and I'm also just happy that we have each other to be able to call and talk to and support and encourage, because I know there's days that we're just like, oh my gosh, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Everything is overwhelming. You know, I did a lot of time working outside when I was locked up, and I continue to work outside. I do scaffolding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's
hard work.
Absolutely. I was working hard in there, and it came out, but doing it all over again. Just getting paid, you know.
Yep, it's not for free no more though.
No.
Yeah.
It's nice. Hey, it's nice.
Scaffolding makes pretty good money too, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's good, but it's hard work, but it's good.
And actually, the company that I work for is putting me through safety school. So hopefully, in like the next month, I do become the safety, and that means more money.
You go, girl.
Everybody likes more money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is your parole? You guys on quarterly yet?
No, I'm done.
You're done with parole?
Yes.
I'm done.
Natalie?
No, every 3 months.
Every 3? Yeah, that's quarterly.
Okay, yeah. I just
they just started that a few years back, because whenever I first got out, a couple of times, like one time I got out with a monitor. I had the thing on my leg.
Mm-hmm.
They come to where I worked at once a week. I had to go by the office once a week, and then they come by my house whenever they wanted.
When I first got out, it was like that.
Yeah.
I think just the other day, 2 days ago, I reported, and my parole officer, who I've never met, actually FaceTimed me and just looked at my address on my apartment, and that was it.
One time I got a call, and he said, "Go out to your mailbox." I said, "Why, are you waiting on me?" He says, "No, I want to see the number on your mailbox."
Yep.
So I went and showed him, FaceTimed him the number on my mailbox. He said, "Well, there's your visit." He said, "Has anything changed?" I said, "No." He said, "You hadn't talked to the police or anything, have you?"
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I do the prison show, so yeah, we talk to the cops every now and then." He started laughing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was my visit.
I think that still makes me a little nervous, because I'm just like, okay, is that all I need to do? Are we good?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to...
Well, so whenever I got off, whenever I discharged, I went down to the office, and they were laughing at me. They said, "You didn't have to come down here." I said, "Look, you said this was my last date to report. I'm here." I said, "Do you have my discharge papers?" They said, "No, we're going to mail them to you." I said, "Mail them to me." I said, "How do I know I'm really off?" I said, "For all I know, I get down the road a couple days down the road, and you'll be knocking on my door saying I didn't do something I'm supposed to do." You know, and I also paid. I owed $4, so I went and paid I brought my $4. And they said, "You didn't have to do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have to do that, because it's not going to be my fault that you're coming knocking on my door.
Right.
If you knock on my door later on because I didn't do something, no, that's on me. You come knocking on my door, it's because you didn't do something."
Yeah.
So, I mean, just make the next right decision, man. I really appreciate you guys coming in. You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
I'm getting the signals from Dani. I got to shut up.
Thank you for that opportunity.
Yes,
Can I give some shout-outs out real quick?
Yeah, please do.
All right. I have a good friend named Joseph Godin, and he is at Ellis. So we're just waiting for you to come home. I have another good friend, and his name is Raymond Ayala, and he is at Conley Unit. And they both have life sentences. You know, they're doing their time, and y'all going to be home soon, guys. And I want to give a shout-out to my wife. I love her, and she's going to come home soon. Ashley Galloway. Love you, baby.
Do either one of y'all have?
I'll shout out my sister, Teddy, Maria Sanchez, and all the girls at Crane that I left behind, and for them to understand and know that I have not forgotten them, and everything that I'm doing is for them, is to make them understand that I'm still here. 15
Oh, yes,
down.
Vero Valdez. I love you, baby.
All right. You guys going to hang out with us for a while, or are you going to?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Oh, anytime.
Thank you. All right, now we have...
You want to do a real quick? I got a real quick recording pledge.
Okay. All right.
Hey, it's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. Y'all call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and donate today, or go to www.kpft.org. Remember at the drop-down menu to pick out The Prison Show. It's under the T's.
And then we'd like to thank Leslie.
Yeah, thank you, Leslie.
And if I'm going to go ahead and send in my 150.
All right.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to get to, can you put the call list up? Make sure. Okay. Abe. Let's get to Abe. Hey, Abe.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, great show tonight. Greetings to everybody. I am calling tonight from the fine anti-death penalty abolitionist state of New Mexico, where I've been for about a week now in celebration of my father-in-law who passed away in February, so we just buried him today, and that's what's got me out there. Well, it was a good celebration of life, and the second time I got to be at a military funeral. He was buried up at Fort Bayard National Cemetery, which was a beautiful place in the mountains here. And I say that just because, you know, it's dry and it's hot, but it's just a beautiful mountain desert area, and I hope that everybody that's listening who's in prison can envision a place where it's hot but not too hot, and dry, and a different kind of beauty that it comes with a stark harshness, but also, you know, it's just pleasing to the eye. So I want to give you that to open with and share. Also, a bit of sad news. Many of us in the anti-death penalty movement have known for a long time a woman named Sunny Jacobs, who died in a house fire a few days ago in Ireland. Sunny was for 5 years the only woman on death row in Florida for a crime she did not do. Those of us who have been around a long time will remember that her husband, Jesse Tefero, died in Florida's electric chair in a very famous execution because they used a synthetic sponge instead of a natural sponge to convey the electricity in the headset. So it caught fire. And it was a horrific execution that took a long time, and he suffered tremendously. And then later, it turned out he was innocent, and Sunny was innocent. So she was invited to take an Alford plea, which is a base-saving move for prosecutors. They let you, instead of risking being reconvicted and possibly sentenced to death again, like what happened 4 times to Kerry Max Cook and twice to Kirk Bloodsworth, who was the first person exonerated using DNA technology. Sunny saw the door, and she took it and never looked back, although it did mean that she lived the rest of her life with a conviction and also no compensation and no apology. But she spent the rest of her life working to help free others who are innocent, and also, most importantly, to help people who were freed from prison after wrongful conviction, to help them get back on their feet. And she was a dear friend, and she passed away, and that's a big loss for our movement. So just wanted to share that. We do have some good news to share. This is kind of unusual and unexpected, but in Pennsylvania, there's a bill to abolish the death penalty. And the United Auto Workers, the UAW, the labor union, and it's rare that you have a labor union that's not like really lefty and socialist. The UAW came out and endorsed the bill to abolish the death penalty and is actively lobbying for it, among the other things it's lobbying for in the state legislature in Pennsylvania. And that's kind of like an oh wow kind of moment. It's the sort of thing that could shift, because when you're talking about a big union like that, they've got some sway with some legislators, and that's just exciting to share. Also, it's a little bit too late for Benjamin Ritchie, who was executed last month, but Governor Braun in Indiana, who just carried out his first execution with Benjamin Ritchie just last month, now has expressed his willingness to study the death penalty and to entertain the conversation that legislators in Indiana have been asking for. So that hopefully is going to put a pause on executions in Indiana and begin a process of re-examining the issue, looking at it as is it a good public policy or not, and then maybe, as has happened in New Jersey and New Mexico and Illinois and other states, once they actually study the issue and see how much it's a failed public policy, then they end up abolishing it. So we're going to see what happens with that in Indiana. And, of course, Ohio's death penalty abolition bill we're working on that, and we'll see where we are once we get past the budget and come back in the fall with that stuff. So those are the good news. Bad news, a few things. One is that the Department of Justice, Federal Department of Justice has come out and basically said they're no longer going to look to the American Bar Association for recommendations on the appointment of judges. And this is important because if you're not going to take the recommendation of people that are very, very focused on making sure there's a good judiciary and people that are the active lawyers in the community about who's going to be a good judge, then that's where the political appointment process gets really screwed up. And this is, I think, the challenge. It's coming about in part because Donald Trump is finding that judges that he appointed in his first term are ruling against him. And these were judges that went through that vetting from the ABA and it got a recommendation in most cases from the ABA, the American Bar Association. So now that it's done with that, right, and that should be seen as bad news. Now maybe we'll see what happens as the president continues to implode and face serious charges from Elon Musk and that whole spat that's going on. So we all get to keep popping our popcorn and watching that. But anyway, there's some bad news there as well. On the federal level, we have President Biden on his way out commuted 37 of the 40 federal death row prisoners. He left 4 people on the military death row and 3 on the federal death row. And now the Department of Justice there's 2 things we need to be concerned about. One is the Trump administration is suggesting that President Biden didn't understand what he was doing, that he used the auto pen to sign these commutations, didn't actually sign them himself. It was other people just doing the things that they wanted to do because the president didn't have any idea what he was doing. And of course, that's BS. And, of course, the President Biden has the right to commute or pardon anybody, as any president does. But the Department of Justice is now saying they're looking at reversing some of those commutations. And at the same time, one of the things that the president did in his executive order signed within hours of his taking presidency, his executive order on the death penalty, said we're also going to encourage states to retry those people who decades ago were sentenced to death and those sentences were commuted. So now they're going to see if they can retry them at the state level instead of federal and put them back on death row. And this is, in some cases, decades after the crime. So how can you even do that when witnesses are gone and a lot of information is old? And they've been suffering severely on death row. And now actually they're all suffering even more because that's another thing they did in the Trump order was to make sure that their conditions of confinement for the rest of their lives are, as you put it, something like commensurate with the severity of their crime. So it's about the cruelty. That's what they're about. So in any case, some of those, we've had prosecutors announce that they're going to try to retry people and sentence them to death this time in Louisiana, Florida, and Ohio that I know of so far. And again, even when on the first trial, when they try to seek a death sentence, it's always a roll of the dice because you don't always get a conviction. And if you do get a conviction, you don't always get a death sentence. And if you do get a death sentence, it doesn't always stick to the point of a person being killed or dying on death row. And so all of that is a roll of the dice. In other words, a real risk of taxpayer dollars. So we have to think about that. And here they are just because it's grandstanding, Donald Trump grandstanding, and wanting to be like a dictator and have the power to kill people. So there's that. A little bit more bad news today. We got ruling in the case of Ralph Menzies, who was a man with dementia and other issues, mental health issues, on death row in Utah. He had an execution date, I think, last year, and that got put off. Well, today the judge ruled that he was not too far gone, that he can't understand why he's being punished and what that punishment looks like. And therefore, he's been ruled competent, so we can expect another firing squad execution possibly in Utah sometime in the next few months. So that's a sad moment. Looking forward to the next week, we have 4 executions scheduled in next week, 2 within an hour of each other. On June 10th in Florida, Anthony Wainwright, who has a real claim that he was not the actual killer. It's another wild party sort of situation, and they're all trying to litigate these things, but that's going to be a lethal injection. An hour later in Alabama, Pastor Greg Hunt, who regularly leads services on death row for 20-plus prisoners, will be gassed to death, another gas suffocation execution. And then we've talked about this case a lot. John Hanson in Oklahoma. This is the guy that had a date a few years ago, and the Biden administration, Department of Corrections, the Bureau of Prisons, wouldn't turn him over to Oklahoma. He was housed in a federal prison, and they wouldn't give him back to Oklahoma. Well, as soon as the administration changed, the AG in Oklahoma asked for their prisoner, and they got him, and John Hanson is going to be killed next Thursday. And again, that's one of those cases where he's challenging issues with the parole board, and somebody should have recused himself, and there's always issues in all these cases. Then the 4th execution next week is a week from tonight. Stephen Stanko in South Carolina, he has chosen to go by lethal injection. And you can find details on all these cases at deathpenaltyaction.org, and that's where you can sign the petitions. And we really need people to go and sign these petitions because we're going to be delivering them in Alabama and Florida on Monday, and in Oklahoma on Wednesday, and in South Carolina on Thursday. So if you need more signatures on those petitions, please go to deathpenaltyaction.org to sign the petitions, where you can also find the petitions for June 24th, 25th. That's in, I got to talk about, the 24th is the next one in Florida, and that's just 2 weeks after the Florida execution next week. But then on the 25th, we're going to execute a guy that has been there for 39 years in Mississippi. Guy did 3 tours of duty as a Vietnam combat soldier, and now we're going to execute him 49 years on death row. He's going to be 80 when they execute him. And do we really need to do that to be safe from him? He's apparently a very trusted prisoner and is one of the most highly trusted prisoners in the Parchman prison. Do we need to kill him? Can we let him die in prison? That's the question we all have to ask. And then after that, we just have 1 execution scheduled in August in Tennessee, 1 in Texas. That's the next Texas execution, believe it or not, not until September 25th, Brian Milam, and he should not be executed either for various issues, and you can read all about that in the petition. And then, of course, the last one scheduled at this point is Harold Nichols in Tennessee. And finally, I want to mention, if you can be in D.C., Washington, D.C., June 29th to July 2nd, join us for the 32nd annual fast and vigil to abolish the death penalty. You can get more information about that at abolition.org. And many prisoners have taken to fasting with us during those dates, June 29th being the anniversary of the Furman decision, which struck everybody off the death row, struck all the death penalty laws in 4 states who rewrite their death penalty laws, which were upheld on July 2nd, 1976. So for those 4 days, June 29th to July 2nd, every year, we camp out and have our annual protest on the sidewalk in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. I'll probably be talking to you again before we do that, but that's the next big thing that's coming up. And with that, I think my time is up. Everybody call and make sure you make your donations. And any questions?
No, sir. We appreciate you being here. And it's P.O. Box 89. Is that correct?
That's correct. P.O. Box 89, Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, G-H-E-N-T, New York, 12075. Death Penalty Action. And I'm Abe Bonowitz, and I wish you all a pleasant weekend and stay cool. And the last thing I wanted to say about Sonny Jacobs is she's famous for saying this. A lot of what she shared about how she survived and how she lived her life was in, the government might control my body, he said, and they might control my circumstances, but I control how I feel and how I behave. She spent a lot of time in meditation and a lot of time doing yoga on death row, and things have helped her improve as a person. And I want to just give everybody that food for thought. So she has a book on Amazon.com. You can look that up. Sonny Jacobs, S-U-N-N-Y, Jacobs, J-A-C-O-B-S. Have a great weekend, everybody.
You too, Abe. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello. Thank you. And now we have donut recipes. Okay.
No, she because I was looking to see if anybody had pledged or whatever, she couldn't see which line they were on to hit the X. So it went beep, beep, beep.
It went beep, beep, beep.
So just on a quick note, we've been pitching really good. We're doing really good, but you guys don't give up. 713-526-5738, option number 1 to pitch. It's time to make some phone calls. You want to make some shout outs, hit option number 2, or just go to www.kpft.org. We got to pay some bills. You ready?
No.
All right. You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201. Before we go back on, I wanted to make a quick announcement. I don't know if you guys remember, we had some folks on here a while back, Dennis, the Prison Survival Guide, and it was written by a man named Dennis Richardson, who's still incarcerated. And they actually, his daughter made a song, and they wanted to debut the song on the Prison Show, and then they want to send a copy of the book to get signed by our largest donor. So whoever's donated the largest amount, they want you to sign the book, and then we'll probably end up giving the book away. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and play the song, and I'll put all the details on our Facebook page so we don't get in trouble by the FCC. But in the meantime, this is a song that was written by 713 L. Rich, who is Dennis Richardson's daughter.
If you got people that's locked up, put some money on their books, know what I'm talking about? Because commissary is very necessary. Everybody locked up that can hear me and see me, man, it's a better day out here.
Commissary, necessary, trying to find out, better read PSV. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out. Commissary, necessary, trying to find out, better read PSV. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out. Too many young kings get lost in the tide. That's why Third gave you the game and Prison Survival Guide. Roll solo, come on, fake love or get your line. And it might not be no second chance when you crossing that line. Say to you, tell a bro don't press. Ain't nothing cool by losing time that you can't get back. And when them lights cut out, you gon' see who real. A few letters and calls, but not a silent kill. Achieve all you can, don't let time define you. Read books, live spirits, let the mirror remind you. It's a war on the mind, not just for walls. Girl, you gotta stand tall when the free world falls. Keep your soul intact, don't fall for pride. Every move means something, gotta watch both sides. It's more than a verse, a lot of truth that I provide. It's a blueprint, check out Prison Survival Guide. Commissary, necessary, trying to find out, better read PSV. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out. Commissary, necessary, trying to find out, better read PSV. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out.
Prison Survival Guide, written by Prison Survival Guide, written by Dennis 3RD Richardson.
How'd you like that?
I liked it. It was different.
Commissary is definitely necessary. I'm going to post the song with a lot more details on the Facebook page. But in the meantime, y'all stay tuned. I think commissary is necessary. We all do. We're all jamming. The girls are back there dancing too. It wasn't just
Y'all
me.
were dancing? Yeah, they were. All right, let's get to Bobby on line 2. Hey, Bobby.
Hi, how are we doing this evening?
We're doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. I just want to do a shout out to my son, Bo, and to his friend, Junior, and that I love him so much, and keep his head up that the day 69 will come.
All right. The day 69 will come.
Yes, it will.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate you calling in.
Okay. How do I get back to number 1?
Well, I think, David, she probably has to...
Yeah, I think she'll have to call back in.
Call back and hit option 1.
Okay, honey. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, Dani, there may be a way for us to do that, but we don't know how to do it.
Yeah, trust me, we don't.
Yeah, I think the best way to do is call.
I can assure you we don't.
Yeah, we're lucky to answer the phone to put them on hold and hang them up on time.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's get to Carmela.
Good evening, Prison Show. Thank you for taking my call tonight. I'd like to do 2 shout-outs. The first one is to Marcus Mullen. He's at the dye ball unit. Hi, Marcus. I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're staying cool and hydrated. And you need to take as many cool breaks as you need to, because it's supposed to get, I think, to 100 maybe by Sunday. But it's hot. I haven't even gone out today, but just keep yourself safe and healthy, and keep your chin up, and keep putting your feet in one front of the other, and just do what you need to do. I hope time passes a little more quickly for you. Just want to let you know that you haven't been forgotten. I think about you, and I love you. And Father David is growing his chicken population. He's got another clutch of eggs in the incubator, so he's doing great there. The dogs are doing fine. The kids are doing fine. Baby Joy is growing by leaps and bounds. You take care. Have a great weekend. And stay safe and cool and hydrated. Thank you. And my second shout-out is to Bradley Aiken at the San Saba unit. Hi, Bradley. This is your Aunt Carmela. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying cool and well hydrated. I'm sure it's hot as blazes where you are, because it's hot here. It's supposed to get to almost 100 this weekend, so I'm sure glad your dad's not working. So just take care, and do what you need to do. Keep your chin up, and put your feet one in front of the other. And I hope your case is progressing one day at a time. And just know that you're loved. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a long, long time, I know. But one of these days, I see you in my heart. You take care and have a great weekend. And again, stay cool and safe and hydrated. Drink lots of water. And thank you, Prison Show. I'd like to say hi to all of the male and female inmates on either side of the wall. Just take care and know you're loved. Thank you, Prison Show. You guys have a great evening and a good weekend. Stay cool and hydrated and travel in grace back home.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. All right. Now we have, I love her voice, Annalisa.
Hi everyone, it's Annalisa. I hope you are doing well. This is my message for my friend. Hi Isidro, hello my dear friend. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are having a good evening and that you can hear my message. I'm well. I've had a good week at work. I look forward the next 2 days to doing something relaxing. I send you my warmest wishes. Big hugs. Take care, my friend. Bye. Bye, everyone. Take care.
You know, I picture her being, you know, like the birds carrying her through the forests. She's like, I mean, she has the sweetest voice. She's awesome. She sounds awesome. All right, now, of course, we have another one of my favorites, Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Plunski. Hola, how are you? I hope that you're doing good, that you're staying safe. As for me, yeah, all is good here. I'm chilling out with Daytona. And yeah, as you guessed, it is raining here. Yep, we're raining again. Other than that, I went up to see Buddy the other day. The lady gave me a ride up and I was able to see him. So I was super excited and super delighted that I actually got to see him. My wrist, well, it's still kind of, it gets stiff and sometimes it's a bit sore. So I'm kind of doing my physio and yeah, so fingers and toes crossed, it gets a bit stronger so I can actually drive. Because at the moment I'm finding it hard to turn the key in the ignition, which I kind of need to do if I want to get anywhere. Yeah, so Daytona is here and she says woof. And I am giving her belly rubs for you. Other than that, yeah, all is good. I'm also want to give a shout out to Eric, Mark, Blaine, Will, Debo, Moy and Rudy. Hope you all doing good and staying safe and positive. Okay, so good night to you all and sweet dreams. And to everybody at the Prison Show, a big thank you for making this happen.
She's catching me off guard. It used to be, hey, boo, how are you? And I did talk to her. It's nothing to do with me. I had a few people write, it's because you were stealing her language. I'm like, no. But you made me paranoid, so I asked her. No.
Yeah, she's just being nice to you.
No. What the hell ever? No. Absolutely not.
Yep. 713-526-5738. Option 1 to pledge. Option 2 to make a shout out.
All right. And we have someone making a shout out right now, Lydia. Hey, Lydia.
Hey, Dani. How are you, Dani?
Living the dream, man. How are you?
Yeah, okay. I'm good. I'm good here in South Texas. Just giving Beto a shout out, and he called earlier, but we were trying to catch some baby chicks, 9 of them, and before the dog caught them, and so I was talking to him while we were trying to do all this, and Beto hung up. But we got all the chicks. We got 9 baby chicks. They're tiny. I think they were born today. And we put them in the cage, so they're in a box. And we'll try and feed them tomorrow some crushed rice or something. I don't know what to feed them, but they're good. They're safe. They're in the cage, and the mother is too, and they're sleeping right now. Okay? So we got them. But we were going crazy because we were just going crazy trying to catch them. Yeah. Yeah, we had to throw towels on top of them or clothing to try and get them. Yeah. It wasn't a good scene. But anyway, mijo, we got them, and I'll give you the update tomorrow, God willing. And it's hot. It's very hot. I haven't talked to Tia early tonight. I talked to her earlier, and I talked to Tia Gracie earlier. But Jenny and Tina are still in Vegas, having a good time. And Benny didn't take off. She'll be leaving in the morning at 5 to come back and get the kids. So she'll be here tomorrow, God willing. Okay? Talk to you tomorrow. Saludos to all the guys. To Will, Big Will, Eric, Blaine, Ruben, Artie, Roderick, Mark. Let's see, who else am I forgetting, Dani? Harvey.
Yes.
It's Harvey.
My tea.
It's Harvey, yeah. They moved Harvey close to Bethel somewhere.
Yeah, they did, and he's causing trouble. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Who is? Harvey?
Yes, I'm kidding. He's shaking his head at me.
I'd have to, I don't really know who he is, but I'll send my hellos.
He's been on death row since I pick at him since 1901, but he's actually been on death row since 1977.
Yeah, Bertha told me I think he's the one that's been there the longest.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And he made a joke about it. That he was close to Bethel, that he was the meanest or whatever. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good that is, mijo. But yeah, I'm sure my son is okay. Okay, so saludos to all you guys, and talk to you tomorrow, Papi. I love you and I miss you. You take care. Good night, everyone. And Linda, Dani, and David. Gloria's not there, is she?
No, she's not here tonight.
She's not here tonight. Okay. That one. Oh, is it hot up there, Dani?
Yes, it's hot. It's hot in the studio. It's just hot. It's humid.
It feels good over here.
It's humid, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, here it's...
We got a new air conditioner over here.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Rub it in.
Yeah, here it's very, very... It's hot here and humid also. Yeah. We're going to get some of that Saharan desert dirt tomorrow, too, this weekend.
Oh, great.
That makes it even... Yeah, that's great, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That one. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Lydia. Have a great
Sweet
weekend.
dreams. Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's get to Freddie. Hey, Freddie.
Let me do a shout out. Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing good. Go ahead with your shout out.
Yeah, let me do my shout out to Wallace Peck, to my brother James Dudley, and all the guys I left behind there, man. I ain't forgot about y'all. Always praying for y'all. Wishing y'all the best. I'm in East Hood, Texas right now, headed to Daytona, Ohio.
Oh. Wow, that's far.
So, it is. I took off from El Paso at noon. So it's 1,500 miles plus.
Plus.
I'll be there in a couple of days. Anyway, man, y'all keep your head up, guys. And like I said, man, it's always good to be ready, man. So get ready while you're in there. That way you won't have to get ready when you come out here, man. And always remember, man, put God first, man, and everything else is going to fall in place. Y'all have a good night, guys. And here's a horn. See, you can hear it. I got my headset on. All right. Good night, bye.
Thank you, Freddie. All right. So Freddie said it too. Get prepared while you're in there. Like they said, get your education while it's free. Take those courses, take those programs while it's free, because it ain't free out here.
Freddie's actually done really good for himself.
He has.
He had a little, he butted heads with his PO for a little while. And then they got that straightened out. His PO put a bunch of restrictions on him. Here he is a truck driver, but yet he couldn't leave his county or his city or whatever. And the parole law says you can go anywhere in the state of Texas. If you leave Texas, you have to get permission. But as long as you're on parole, you can go anywhere in Texas. So it didn't make sense why they had those extra restrictions on him. But he got that straightened out. Now he's going to the Buckeye State.
Absolutely. That's where Miss Leslie's from.
She's from the Buckeye State?
Yeah, Ohio. LeBron James. Yes. All right. Now I think we have Kalyango.
Good evening to everyone on the Prison Show. It's really a pleasure to be here. Let me take this opportunity to send my shout out to my brother, Davis Franklin, Robinson Roberts, Lasso Peter Jr., Melissa Lucio, Lid Rodri, Abraham Bonowit, to my beautiful Mom Linda, Madame Dani, David, Francis, and Peter. I wish you a blessed weekend. Much love and peace from Uganda. Love you all. Stay tuned.
All right. Thank you, Kalyango. Now we have Miss Manuela. She is in the studio.
Hello, all together. That's my shout out to my beloved husband, Robert Robertson, Polanski unit. Hey, baby. I want you to know that you are always on my mind and in my heart and my mind. I love you so much, and yesterday it was very hard for me to leave you after our visit, but I promise to you that I will come back so soon as possible to see you again. Baby, sleep well, sleep and sweet and blessed dreams to you. My heart is yours and only yours, and I'm all yours and only yours, and I always and forever will be.
Hey, David, you're breaking in.
Sorry. Manuela's talking so low, I had to turn the board way up.
Oh, okay. Low? Really?
No, you're
I didn't realize that.
It's okay because I turned it up, so that's why you didn't realize it. So
Thank
go ahead.
you so much. So, baby, good night. Sweet and pleasant dreams to you. Hope and pray to see you very soon. Good night.
Oh, I know, isn't that sweet? I never get kisses like that. Who was that?
Me? I was giving you. You didn't. You said you never get them.
No, we never give them.
Oh, yeah. No, I said get. I never get them.
So.
Leslie and I don't get them, so we're just putting it out there.
Yeah, Leslie needs to get a microphone instead of talking in the room. It sounds like she's in a whale somewhere.
Because I'm swimming.
And she's very short in that chair. The chair's like all the way down.
I don't think it's just the chair, though.
Yes, it's the chair. It was up so high that my feet were like swinging.
Okay.
Now you're not swinging?
Leslie, do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Sure. I would love to give a shout out to, let me see, the PAC unit.
Hi.
What's up, Joey? My friend James Morgan at the WIN unit. I guess I'll do a little shout out to the whole Styles unit as well.
Yeah, CJ's there, so.
I don't know who Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Curtis. Hey. Oh. CJ.
Well, now you did it. Okay.
Oops. My bad. Hey, how you doing? That's it. That's it. Oh, I do want to make just one comment, okay? So, when you have loved ones that are out here in the free world, it is super important that you pour into them. Also, it's about setting boundaries as well. And, yeah, that's it. Goodbye. See ya.
See ya.
Deuces.
At least she didn't drop the mic.
And don't know.
It's on the crane.
She's looking at it.
It's on the crane. Leave it on the crane.
Yeah, she's looking at it. She wanted to drop it, man. She was looking at it.
Might want to put the crane back against the window, Dani.
The crane? Why?
We don't want you to grab
We
the
don't want
mic
you to
and
drop
it.
Oh, like the mic drop. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
she
here's your
missed it.
sign.
Woo.
Here's your sign. She's just so hot. She's in here sweating.
Sweating bullets.
Well, I don't have any control over that AC.
Oh yeah, no, living it up in there.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I don't control this one either. I just happen to sit under it.
Okay, so let's get to Joe. He is on line 1. Is this the finger dude?
That's the finger dude.
Hey, finger dude.
He just come back from
You know,
last.
you make me want to shout out. And don't turn me up real loud because I'll blast the earphones in prison. People will be complaining about eardrum damage.
Yeah, you're already blasting. I got to turn you down.
I'll turn it up, the radio. Oh, good evening, the prison show. Good evening, TDCJ. This is Joe, once known as Fire Dog. Been out almost 15 years now. Let me turn the radio down because I know I'm hearing myself echo, and I can't do that. David wanted me to call and do a shout-out, and so I'm calling.
Well, you hadn't called
really
in quite a
don't.
while. You've been out running the roads.
Yeah, this time yesterday, I was in, where was I, Victoria, Canada, smiling in front of the Parliament building. The day before that, I was in Ketchikan, Alaska, and the day before that, Juneau, Alaska. I'm not really happy to be back here in Texas where it's so hot. Up
Well,
there,
wait a
it was
minute.
like,
Wait a minute. Were you giving them the finger? Did you take photos with the finger?
I did take a whole lot of finger pictures. I think I sent David some of them.
You sent me one about Canton. I didn't see the finger. I seen a big old tornado, though.
Oh, man, Canton, that has got to be the worst town in Texas.
I don't
And
know
I know
that
your
Danny's been
station
keeping
doesn't-
up with it. So.
Oh, I know about it.
Your station doesn't reach there, but probably maybe, I'm not going to say a whole lot, but there's quite a few TDC personnel that live there that work at the Beto and the Coalfield and the Michael units.
Yeah, well, we're on the tablets now, so every unit in the state of Texas can hear us. And
Oh,
44
okay.
other states, so.
Oh, so they get free internet?
Well, it's not internet; it's intranet. I mean, they get.
Okay.
There's a network that just in the unit, they can't like get out, and there's a certain amount of YouTube they can watch, but I mean everything has to be approved through TDCJ.
YouTube, you got access. Some smart person in there is going to figure out how to jailbreak one of them things. You
Well,
watch
that's why they
for.
got internet. They don't have internet, so there's a difference. It's all controlled. You know how TDC is. They got to control everything.
They control it, but wireless signals are everywhere.
Well, if they can get a hold of a cell phone and kind of figure out how to plug it together, but as soon as they do that, they'll take away the tablets from everybody. So.
Yeah. I found out something, I don't know if you're aware, cell phones now, Elon Musk and his satellite network, they've opened up the satellites to texting through your regular cell phones.
Yeah, I got that.
So when I'm in Alaska, out in the middle of nowhere, I could go up on the top deck and continue to text all day long.
Yep.
Eventually, it's going to be talk and internet and all that on satellite. And once they do that, that's going to open up a whole new world to everywhere.
Yeah, the other day I was driving in an area that I normally don't have text, and all of a sudden this little satellite symbol came across the top of my iPhone, and so now I can text anywhere. Well, it's kind of cool technology, but at the same time, I guess you're right. It's like Big Brother, huh?
Yeah. Well, to me, I did so much time in TDC, and all I could do for 20 plus years is just read all the popular mechanics, popular electronics magazines. When I got out, I didn't even know how to use a cell phone.
Yeah, but now you're putting all that to good use, right? With your low-powered radio stations.
Yep, Waco KWFM is Joe FM in Waco, Texas. We're going to have one over in Beaumont, hopefully by the end of the year. I've got one KRLY in Tomball. It's off the air right now because the tower got hit by lightning and destroyed my transmitter. But, yep, and right now I'm out doing what I always do, door dashing and Uber Eats deliveries. Sitting here at a Flying J and Denny's waiting on my next order pickup.
Got to pay the bill somehow, brother.
That's the one job that you can get out. It don't matter whether you're a felon or not. You're guaranteed hire with them. I mean, it's not much money, but it's enough to make it. You can pay your rent, pay your bills, pay your phone bill.
Well, keep up the good work, Joe. We appreciate you calling in. You got any particular guard or inmate you'd like to shout out to?
No, most of the people there probably don't even know. I used to run halfway houses. I still have 3 homeless shelters that I'm running. One of the residents one of my former residents is now a CO at the Polunsky unit. He would not appreciate being named.
No, I don't think so.
And one of them is a CO at the Styles unit who has actually called in and on the show before.
Yep.
And his favorite, and I'll close with that, his favorite words, I just mess with him. I say, what time is it? It's count time.
It's always countdown on the Styles unit. Always, because they can't count.
You got that right. You got that right. Count did not clear. Recount. Recount again.
Recount.
All right. Y'all have a good evening.
You too, Joe. Thanks for calling.
Good night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. All right. Now I see there's one Captain Tom waiting to come on. Let's go. Hey, Captain Tom.
Hello, Dani. How you doing, Bob?
Yeah, I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing better than most people.
That's good. That's good.
I'm doing better than David is, because I know he's still got his foot messed up.
And right now it's going to sleep.
Yeah,
right now it's going to sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not probably in pain anymore, right?
No, it's not really in pain. It's just I'm supposed to be sitting in the chair with it sticking up in the air. It's supposed to be higher than my heart. So whenever I get up and have activities, then it starts swelling up. And once it reaches a certain point, it goes to sleep.
Yeah, I know what you mean, brother. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I get the cast off on the 17th, so hopefully it'll, I don't know about the swelling. I asked the doctor about the swelling. They said sometimes it'll go for 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
That's what I said. How am I supposed to get a boot on? I guess maybe the boot.
Yeah,
hold
well,
it
they have a thing that is a boot that, you know, you can put on your foot.
Yeah, and then it's got little air bladders on it. You just give it a couple of pumps
Yeah.
or whatever. But if it starts swelling up all the time, I mean, when's it going to stop?
Well, yep, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. When your foot swells up, it's not very good.
Yep. So in the meantime, you going to pitch for us? You got some shout-outs to do? What's going on?
I have a question for Captain Tom. Where were you Tuesday?
Where was I?
We missed you at the screening.
What do you mean?
It was on our Facebook page, the prison show screening.
The prison show film? You were in the film?
Yeah, well, David knows what happened.
Okay, all right. Well, we missed you. We missed you.
Well, if I can't walk, I can't very much well go there, can I?
Oh, no, I guess not. No, sir, you can't. No, sir.
I would have loved to have been there for that.
Well, we would have loved to see you. Well, go ahead with your shout-outs, Tom.
Well, okay, I'll go ahead with my shout-out. Just off the top of my head, shout-outs for Arkansas, J.B. Anderson, John Michael Armstrong, Tom Bose, let's see, Stephen Young, Pete Sines, Bobby Joe Harper, and a few others out there. Matter of fact, shout outs to all my incarcerated veterans out there. And by the way, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States Army yesterday, and today is the 80th year for D-Day. So, all shout outs to all veterans out there who served during World War II and Korea and Vietnam. And you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738 or text the word GIVE at 713-526-5738. And also you can be a sustainer. So call in and give your donation to the prison show. By the way, David, on my show, we mentioned the prison show that y'all needed donations, so I hope that helped y'all out.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Captain Tom. We appreciated that.
Yes, very much so. I appreciate you all, too. Okay, y'all take care. Have a good weekend. Be on next week.
All right. Thank you, Captain Tom. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Now let's get to Kiki.
Hi, this message is for Rodney Reed at the Polonsky unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. We just got done celebrating my birthday. Chris and Doug is here, so they wanted to say hi since you had mentioned that in the card you sent me earlier. Thank you for the birthday card. I played our song at my birthday, How Deep Is Your Love by Keith Sweat. So I was thinking about you and talking about you with everybody at my party, wishing you were there, but I had you on my mind. Anyways, here is Doug. He wants to say hi.
Hey, Rodney, how you doing, man? Everything's going fine here. I'm taking care of Jackie the best I can, anyway. Damn, I hope you got a chance of getting out of there, man. I know what it's like. I've been down that road. Yeah, I hope you're hanging in there, man. You know, just keep the faith, man. And, you know, Jackie loves you, and that's just the way it is, man. I know that.
Okay, well, here's Chris. Say hi to Rodney, Chris.
Hey, Rodney. This is Chris Walker, a friend of Jackie's for a long time.
Well, he knows who you are.
Let's see here. Yeah, I would like to meet up and break bread with you and one of these days and say hi in the flesh. Take care, my brother.
All right, Rodney. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week. And once again, thank you for the birthday card and the love. Yeah, and I know Bam Bam's starting to lose a little weight. I need to go get a checkup. I was actually thinking about that last week. I did message a place, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So I'm going to try to get him a full checkup here soon because he's 14 and I'm concerned as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. But anyways, we're tired. We just got back and unpacked everything, so we're getting ready to hit the hay. But I wanted to make sure you had a good message for next week. I love you, Rodney, and I will be sending you some birthday photos.
Wow, that was a cutoff. Okay, poof, gone. All right, so I wanted to do a few quick shout-outs. Frederick Young over at the Newcastle Correctional Facility in Indiana. Francisco Gonzalez over at the California State Prison in Los Angeles. Cedric Peterson at the Estelle Unit. I received the letters today, so I will be getting back with y'all this weekend. And of course, my lovelies, Farron and Blaine T, Big Head, Jason Thornburg, Quick, hey Quick, Larry, Britt, Rodrigo, Xavier, Troy Glover, Travis Fletcher, over in Florida, hey Travis, Stephen Drayton, hey Stephen, Kenneth Decker, Eddie at the Wainwright Unit, Denise Farmer, hey Denise, Joel White, Jay at the Win Unit, Leroy at the Pack Unit, hey Leroy, Brian Rogers, and of course, CJ. All right, Linda. All right, there you are.
Okay, I have some special shout-outs for Joshua Robert Lale for Phoenix, Maryland, Decam Deal from the Boyd Unit, Tyrone Williams from the Wayne Scott Unit, Trinity Martin from Iowa Park, Frederick A. Young, Newcastle, Indiana, and Cody Lloyd from Shelton, Washington. And then I have Raymond Becerra, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Kerry Allen, Britt Bruskowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, Chris Cornwell, David Wood, Walter Sorto, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Travis Fletcher, Edward Holland, Dennis Price, Joel White, Talon Carter, Charles C. Bolton, Alex Sparks, Xavier Davis, Joe Laws, Jason Walker, and Joe Chicola, and Antonio Anguerrero, and Antonio Gilbreth. Okay, guys, good night. Have a great week. Talk to you next week.
All right, let's get to Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show. Here's my shout-outs. The guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Ruiz, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Blaine Milam. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims. Shout-out for Raymond Lee Cart. And a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. And hope everybody has a good weekend and stay cool. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And now back to the prison show. Adios.
All right.
Hello, this is Mysterious.
Maybe.
I fat thumbed it.
Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. Someone just asked us to publish the next show at TDCJ Uncensored. Did you see that, David?
Nope. I don't know what that is. So
I don't either. But
this is the prison show.
Yeah, they just want us to share it on there. So let's get to the next one. Stacy.
This is to my husband's 40 Black at Wainwright unit. Hey, boo, this is wifey kissing you our tuck-in. Yeah, baby, it's been a pace headachy day. Yep, our main water line has sprung a leak, and I can't find it. Grrr. The water company called after our whispers yesterday and said we were on the leak list. I called our plumber, but he can't find it, so I called another reference, and they are to come by tomorrow in the morning sometime. We'll see. I haven't heard from you or Snelly or E-Notes, maybe later this evening. The girls are behaving. We're all well. Baby, it's that time. I'm running a little bit late. Soon you'll call. I trust, baby. I love you. Take care, sweetheart. Love you.
All right, David, do you want to?
Yeah, I got a bunch.
Okay, go ahead.
I was sitting over here trying to get it all together.
Oh, wait, there's a big thank you for Roberta.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Roberta.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We're moving on up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that that they were watching the thermometer or whatever go up at how much money we was getting, and I think our goal's like $150,000 or $175,000, and we're like pretty close to 140 now. Woohoo!
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Yeah, the more we make during pledge drive, the less we have to have pledge drive. So that's why we hadn't had a pledge drive in a while, because they've been working on trying to get up so many sustainers that it carries us through. So the more you guys, if you say you want to donate $120 or $200 or whatever, you become a sustainer and do it a little bit every month, and that way it goes a lot further. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm a sustainer. I think Dani is, Linda is, most of us are. He says she has no idea. Oh, you're talking about the Francois?
Yeah.
Yeah. No offense, guys, but right now we're the prison show, and we're in pledge drive, so Ray Hill's big thing was don't talk about anybody else's show or don't ask anybody else for any money. This is the pledge drive, so anyway. We're not trying to be turkey butts. I'd like to shout out to Daryl Adkins, Ronald Allman, Zachariah Areola, Stephen Bartley, Joseph Bender, Ashley Bradshaw, Marcus Brown, Quorum Brumfield, Daniel Campbell, Tiffany Cheeks, Stanley Corbett, Marvin Covington, Hugo, well, there's a good one, Hugo Q, Cuseallpa, Cusialpa. How about that? Sorry if I butchered it. Stephen Drayton, Rashad Edie, David Easley, Daniel Farrell, Michael Flores, Roy Forbes, Victor Gamble, John Graves, Curtis Henderson, Maury Holloway, Matthew Hoover, Larry Johnson, Michael Johnson, Ryan Kloss, Daniel Lipscomb, Richard Little, Victor Loya, James McElreath, Akeem McIver, Ireland McKay, Crystal Minnie, Charles Miller, Shabazz Mohammed, Isaac Navarrete, Joseph Nimitz, Alexander Orchard, Maria Pena. It's almost like it started over. Jaime Quijano Jr., Jaron Reasonover, Lionel Rogers, David Saffel, Lamar Sanders, Kerry Sellers, Tyler Ship, Richard Smeal, Nicholas Smith, Douglas Stickle, Mark Sykes, John Thomas, Kyle Triplett, Jesus Vasquez, Travis Walters, Adam Watt, David Weller, Andrew Westbrook, Walter Woodard, Curtis Otto got released, woohoo! Montana Ruckman got released, and Brian Smith got released. Congratulations, guys. Glad to see y'all got out there. And we got Billy Ross Sims, who I got a text from Billy earlier. He's making a donation, so thank you for that, Billy. Charles Don Flores, Clinton Lee Young, hope you're doing good. Diamond says hi. She crawled up in my lap earlier today. I got a pretty good picture I'll send you. Cornelius Robinson, Dennis Wayne Price, Douglas Wilmer Rivera, Iron Thunder Horse, how you doing, buddy? Joe Anthony Ramirez, I should take that one off the list, I'm sorry. Kenneth Morissette, Perry Eugene Williams, Peter Sines, Roderick Cooks, Roderick Johnson, Rodney Reed, Sonny Wade Wilson, William Spear. I think that's it. I think I had one on there that probably should be off by now. Right, Dani?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know why it's still on there. You think it would already been off. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. We appreciate you. And just a repeat, we are in Fund Drive. We thank everybody who's pledged so far. We're still a little bit shy for this evening, but it doesn't matter. We're still going to the 15th. So if you can't do it tonight, you can do it later on in the week or whatever. Just remember to. And somebody called in and they were having a hard time finding us. We're under the T's. A lot of times people call us Prison Show or Prison Program, but we're the Prison Show. It's under the T's. And if for some reason whoever you're talking to can't find us, just hang up and call back. To me, that's why I go to the drop-down menu at www.kpft.org, because that way I know to go down to the T's and find it. So whichever way is easier for you. They say you can text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738, but that'll just take you to the same place where you got to go to option 1. So, did I do good? Was that still 3 tons?
That was a lot, but that was a whole lot of, but
a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you want? You want to? I don't know. I mean, if we don't pitch and we don't get people that donate money because we're listener sponsored, then we'll get taken off the air. And I know we do a lot, and we've been here a long time. But still, there have been shows that have just kind of petered out. And they get moved around. We're at Late Night Rack right now. So the guys have a chance to the guys and the gals have a chance to hear us. If we get moved to a different night or in the middle of the afternoon, it could really mess up our show. So we want to do the best we can and get as many pledges as we can so that we stay in our hot spot. We got a great spot.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
So like Shiva said, if you can hear me, if the prison show's ever done anything for you, if you've ever gotten any kind of knowledge or you've ever just been able to make a shout out, then show your appreciation. It don't matter if it's just a couple of dollars, man. If you can do $10 a month, we get credit for $120. If you can do $25 a month, just do the math. It adds up because we get credit for the whole year whenever you do it like that. How much is a brick?
A small brick 4x4 is $25 a month at $300 for the year, and a big brick 4x8 is $50 a month, which totals $600.
Yeah. So if somebody could find it in their heart to be able to do the smaller brick, that would make sure that we had our goal for the night. So that's about how short we are. So anyway, 713-526-5738, option number 1 to pledge, option number 2 to make a shout out. I think we've got some open lines up there. That's why you keep hearing our voice.
Absolutely, that's why.
Yeah, and I tried to wiggle the thing to see if we had anybody over there, and she had it locked in. Linda, she's watching them pledges. She's trying to make sure somebody's giving us some donations. So, yep. Hold on. Let's turn your mic on so they can hear you. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Bobby because she's the one that says that they can't find the prison show.
So, we're under the T's, Bobby. And if whoever you're talking to can't find us under the T's, just call back and talk to somebody else. Because we've already had 5 donations tonight. So we know that it works. It's just, that's why I go to www.kpft.org. Is that how you did it, Leslie?
Call in.
You called in?
Yeah, I had to call in because the website, it would not take my name.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
It's because I'm Greek.
With a Z instead of an S?
It's, yeah, L-E-Z.
Yeah.
L-E-Y.
I did mine on the website. So.
Yeah, I tried to do it from my phone, but it wasn't accepting my name for some reason.
So
I even gave it to Dani, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
And it wouldn't. Yeah, it was crazy. So I was getting kind
So
of
how
frustrated.
come we always get the gremlins?
I'm not
Me?
No, the prison show.
Oh.
So last week we didn't have any telephone, and we had to figure out how to get shout-outs. And I was over here with my personal phone getting shout-outs. This week we're having a hard time getting pledges, but we're getting pledges. So, I mean, we're not doing that bad, but
What happened to that last week?
I don't know. I told Sandy and Howard and Marlo about it, and by the time they got here the next morning, all the phones were working. So it just has to be something with whoever our phone provider is. It's an internet phone, so it was weird because we could call out, but they couldn't call in.
Now, question, are you going to dance, Leslie?
No, I've learned my lesson.
No.
I mean, I would love to dance,
Yeah.
but right now I'm just not feeling my best.
Well, we got other people that might dance. There's other
Yeah.
people in the studio tonight. As a matter of fact, we're going out. I might play the commissary song again.
I think they
Commissary is necessary.
somebody should
Y'all should dance. Let him play the
I'll
commissary.
play commissary necessary, and y'all can dance whenever we go up there.
You want to dance, Manuela?
Yeah.
Manuela.
We get that commissary necessary song. We had the whole room dancing a while ago. We just didn't have the camera going around.
Commissary is necessary?
You didn't hear that break song a while ago?
Yeah, oh, I heard it.
Yeah.
It kind of triggers me, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, it triggered me too. Well, first time I was on Cofield and I went to commissary, boy, it sure was necessary. It'd been a long time. Back then, you had to wait to get your ID card. And so
You still do.
Well, they bring you through whenever you go through diagnostics and let you make it before you get your card. So you get one shot, and then you got to wait for your card to come in. So you can stock up on whatever you can protect and keep in your locker. Depends on what unit you're on, because your celly's going to try and get in there if you didn't get a lock. Or on Cofield, they'd cut the bag while you was going down the hallway, and by the time you realized your bag was getting light, you turned around, and over half of it was already gone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have a razor blade handy. You'd be going down the hall, and vip, so you couldn't carry it, just throw it over your shoulder and carry it. You had to carry it in front of you.
So
you
who's
control
on? Who's on next, David?
it. Did we play Stacy?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's the last one. And
No, I mean who's on after the show?
It's Damage Control with DJ Chill and Skyda Dawn. Skyda Dawn said she was shaking her booty to the commissary song.
Awesome.
So
Thank you,
I think
Scott.
I'm going to go out with the commissary song and see how that goes. So y'all, thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate everybody who pledged tonight. And we're going to go out with
for your debut.
Yeah, the PSG anthem was from 713 L Rich.
Y'all have a great weekend.
If you got people that's locked up, put some money on their books, you know what I'm talking about? Because commissary is very necessary. Everybody locked up that can hear me and see me, man, it's a better day out here.
Commissary, necessary. Trying to find out, better read PSG. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out. Commissary, necessary. Trying to find out, better read PSG. How you live your best life and your people crying out. Book a visit, write a letter, it's not gonna hurt to take some time out. So many young kings get lost in the cloud. That's why third gave you the game and prison survivor guide. Bro, so like a name fake, love again.